Hello, my name's Teresa Norris and my business is called Release and Be Free. I'm passionate about helping people to find more love, more happiness, more confidence, more self-worth and love, and to release physical and emotional pain. The reason I'm so passionate is that I've used these techniques to overcome severe ME and fibromyalgia and to completely turn my life around. I suffered with ME for 12 years and became so ill that I nearly took my life on several occasions and was unable to continue working as a nursing sister. I tried many therapies to get well, and some would help me for a day or so, and then my health would deteriorate again. And then I found a combination of therapies that not only transformed my health, but completely turned my whole life around. And when I got well, or when I recovered, I just expected to be well, but everything in my life changed. My relationship with my husband, with my friends, with my career, my confidence, and my health. Everything just completely changed, and now it's like I'm living in a different world. Also as well, I used to feel stressed all the time, and now for the first time in my life I feel relaxed. I was also unable to deal with negative, painful emotions because I've had a lot of trauma in my childhood, and now I've got techniques that enable me to deal with these emotions. I no longer have to suppress them, because when we suppress negative emotions, it also suppresses the positive emotions and joy and happiness, so we're unable to feel those. And the main technique I used is emotional freedom technique, or EFT. EFT is a Western talk therapy or energy psychology, and it's also combined with working and activating the energy meridians in the body, which are also used for acupuncture. With EFT, tap on these points instead of using needles that we use in acupuncture, and we use the points on the hands, on the head, as well as just under the collarbone. Research has shown that stimulating these acupuncture points and using EFT has an effect on the amygdala in the brain, and the amygdala, it reduces the blood supply to the amygdala, and the amygdala is responsible for the fight, flight, freeze response when we have a trauma, and also when we think of a traumatic event. And still using the tapping, it downregulates the response and allows us to go into the parasympathetic or relaxed state, where our body's able to absorb nutrients and also heal, repair and detoxify. Matrix re-imprinting, another technique, is a recent evolution of EFT, and it works by connecting with the traumatised parts of us. Most of us have had traumas, a lot particularly as children, and it might just be being told we weren't good enough by a teacher, or we were stupid, or it can be small traumas as well as the big traumas like physical, sexual, emotional abuse, or someone close to us dying, or maybe a car accident. So this therapy works with all those different kinds of issues. And when we have an experience that's overwhelming, we feel not able to cope with it, we feel isolated, and part of our subconscious shuts that part off from us to stop us becoming overwhelmed, and then that energy gets held in the body, and that's when it starts causing problems, because we'll keep bringing events into our life that will trigger this trauma that we're holding on to, which will then bring up the emotions that can then feel that it's difficult to control the emotions. So the tapping works by going and connecting with our younger self when we've had these traumas, and I work a lot with post-traumatic stress as well, and when we go back in and connect with our younger self, we do it in such a way where we're not re-traumatised, because we're not feeling the emotions ourselves. We're able to speak to our younger self and find out what they're feeling and tap on them to release the pain that they're feeling. And then at the time we have these traumas, we also develop beliefs sort of limiting beliefs about ourselves, the world, or other people. So we're able to change those beliefs, and sort of 90 to 98% of everything we think, do and say comes from our subconscious and from these beliefs. So as we change these beliefs, we're able to change what we think, what we do and say, and what we bring into our life, and then be able to use the law of attraction to be able to attract all the positive things that we want. And then finally we'll bring a new picture down into the body that our younger selves create, in such a way then that when we look back, we no longer see the traumatic memory, we only see the positive new picture. And also, if any needs weren't met at the time, then we can allow for those needs to be met as well. So I work with most issues, including physical, sexual, emotional abuse, sexual problems, grief, stress, anxiety, depression, fears, phobias, addictions, and many other things as well. Way too many to list here. And I particularly enjoy working with people to help them find their soulmate, or to improve the relationship that they're in. In the past, I've drawn lots of narcissistic people into my life that have tried to control and manipulate me, and I'd spend many hours listening to these people, listening to their problems and trying to help them, and then realised that they weren't able to actually sort of let go of these problems, and they were just spending their time trying to control and manipulate me. And this need to help other people became a codependent addiction for me, and I've now overcome that. So I really enjoy helping other people that have had perhaps narcissistic, psychopathic parents or partners. And one thing people say to me, they've often been to a lot of other therapists for help, and they say to me that the other therapists, they've had to give up working with them because they just didn't get them. And they say to me that nobody gets me like you do. And my reply to them is that because I've experienced it myself, I couldn't learn it from a textbook. It's only from having that experience and coming out the other side that I'm now able to help other people. And also my clients say to me that I'm very open, very non-judgmental, very accepting, and that allows them to open up and say things to me that perhaps they haven't been able to say to other therapists in the past. And another comment that I frequently get is that I'm very intuitive, and that means that we can get to the root of the problem much quicker perhaps than other methods of healing. Other techniques that I also use and bring in, I like to have lots of tools to use, include counselling, neuro-linguistic programming, cognitive behaviour therapy, Reiki, heart intelligence, emotional intelligence, and many other modalities. My website is Release and Be Free if you'd like more information. I also offer a free 20-minute consultation, which is a no obligation consultation that can be done on the phone or Skype or one-to-one. And I do have, as I work on Skype, I do have clients all around the world, as well as seeing people one-to-one. So if you feel these techniques might be able to help you, please get in touch. I'd love to hear from you.